back to my channel today, and we are doing a brand new Sims 4 Creative Sim video today. And so today we are back better than ever with a brand new sim that I created on a whim, because that's what I usually do on my own free time, air quotes free time, because I hardly have free time. But however, I've been playing my current household off camera for quite some time, and I felt like it was time for my sim to develop relationships, friendships, more than friendship, stuff like that, just to get the ball rolling on the legacy. Because with Larissa Roberts, she's really progressing in her career as a freelancer botanist and also as a gardener, and she's doing quite well. And I want her to share, that success with somebody in her life. And I made Houston Raymond, and just for the fun of it, and I didn't really think of, making a new sim today, but I felt like it was time for her to, go forth into a new relationship other than, her acquaintance in her small little group of her planter group that she still does not have a name for. So if you guys want to leave some names for her group or her club down below, please let me know, because I would love that. It's a planter gardening based type of group, and something plant based, flower based, something like that for a group name would be super, super helpful. So if you have any suggestions, let me know. I would love to know. But either way, for Houston Raymond, he is actually a very good sim. He wants to become a best-selling author one day. He's a vegetarian. He's a good, good writer. He's also very well charming too. And I felt like that he needed some type of personality where he could tell stories between, people in Oasis Springs. Like, Larissa was her soon-to-be gardening flower arranging shop based on her mom's legacy, basically. And he could write about that in his article or his book or whatever. Or he could write about Johnny Zest or the land grabs or the Roomy household or the BFF household. Or Don Lothario or the Calientes. Like, he could write about literally anyone in Oasis Springs and make it into a best-selling author type of book. And I kind of want him to have like a, somewhat of like a lineage of telling stories and sharing to the world of like his experience of living in these different places. Because he used to live in Brindleton Bay when he was a kid, around like, I would say like a mid-range of like 6 to like 12. And then he moved to the city with his father when the mom passed away, around like 13 to like, I would say 21, in that time period when he lived in San Myshuno. And then after he like was done with his whole, high school career and living in the city, he went off to Britechester and actually studied in the communications track at the University of Britechester for quite some time, graduated at the top of his class with honors. And I'm super proud that he did, because when the fact that he was able to graduate at the top of his class, get honors, and kind of share that, story with other people, like his parents, or technically his dad and his other, friends from high school, and his college roommate as well, because he did live on campus for quite some time, because he wanted to get, that whole college experience, but it's still paying off those student loans, because those student loans are not a joke. So he's basically writing all these books to pay off his student loans and hoping one of these will be a bestseller where he can afford to pay them off, and maybe one day, live in a good house, have a family with like, 2 or 3 kids, as a wife or, a husband. Who knows what will come to be with his relationships. We don't know just yet. But as of right now, he is graduated. He currently lives in Oasis Springs in a trailer, which used to be Johnny Zest's trailer, but he has now already, moved out, was done with the trailer life, didn't really want to see his old life, basically, with his parents, like Nancy and Jeffrey. He didn't want to be associated with them and live in the same, area as them. So he decided to move off to the city to pursue his comedy career. And he now lives in the old apartment where, Houston's father and him used to live. So he kind of just did a little bit of a flip-flop, basically, in resident lot types, if that makes any sense. Either way, they did a flip-flop of houses. So Houston lives in Johnny Zest's old trailer, and Johnny Zest lives in Houston's old apartment, and which is super weird to me, actually. But I'm kind of glad they kind of just did a little bit of flip-flop. Very, good agreement amongst the both of them. They are, somewhat acquaintance, somewhat friends. They didn't know each other in a past life around when I guess you would say when Houston was kind of walking around Oasis Springs to look for a place to live, because when he graduated, he was looking for somewhere to live, didn't want to go back to the city, didn't want to go back to Brindlin Bay of old memories. So he decided to really, take a new step in direction of the desert and see where, that takes him. And then he kind of saw like a little bit of an ad on, in the newspaper and online. And it was like a roommate for Johnny Zest. And Johnny Zest was actually looking for a roommate to pay off, keep the bills going and, so he didn't get his power shut off. So that's kind of how Houston and Johnny Zest kind of know each other. They were both roommates at a time. And then Johnny Zest decided, you have income, I have income. I think it's time for me to, for us to part ways roommate wise, and we can live, on our own and not have to rely on other people. So Johnny and Houston became in an agreement that, Houston will stay here. Johnny will live in the apartment at his old residence place area thing. And that was it. And they still talk till this day. And I'm very, very happy that they do. So hopefully one day when I kind of get things situated with him living in his own humble abode as of right now and getting his first book published, I do want to play a little bit off camera with him with Larissa, because him and Larissa are getting very, very close. Just saying, they are friends. Him and Larissa are friends, which I'm very happy that they are, because I planned it that way, okay? And I, for one, think that is going to be a very kind of like a good start to the legacy of the Roberts legacy family. And I'm so excited for that. So either way, I'm going to go ahead and actually wrap up this voiceover for this video right here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please go ahead and let me know down in the comments below, as always, of what you thought of the video. And be sure to hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload a brand new video. But also, give me your ideas on what we should name Larissa's gardening club. Because if we get that gardeners club up and running, she will be a successful gardener for her new flower arranging shop in honor of her mother, Margaret. So yeah, either way, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys all in the very next video. Bye!